So this week we are going to be working on two different chapters. And we are going to be kind of expanding what we learned earlier in the semester. So the first chapter we're going to work with is chapter 8, which deals with transferring data from controllers when the data is not connected to a model and when the data is coming from more than one model, in which case we're going to use a view model. So as you go through, it's going to explain the information. So we have used view bags before, but now we're also going to use view data and temp data, which are the three ways to transfer data to views without a model. Okay, and so you'll see some examples of each one, how it looks in the controller, how it looks in the view, and then you are going to be downloading a file and modifying a controller and modifying some views. You're going to learn about the action result class, which basically are return action result objects. You'll notice in our controllers we have action methods. So this kind of gives you some background into that whole class and the different subtypes that it would return. And then you're going to practice with it a little bit. And then we get into view models. And to practice view models, you're actually going to be downloading a different app, okay, and creating a view model for that. And then finally, there is an exercise in the book that you are going to complete. And then at the bottom is a summary of what you need to turn in and how many points you get for the different requirements. The second chapter that you are going to be working on deals with data validation. And so we have already used some data validation. This just expands on what you already know. And primarily we have been working with annotations that affect how things are displayed in our views. We haven't really been doing any annotations that would affect the actual table. But today you're going to be learning how to do those modifications that are going to affect the table too. So we kind of go through all of the different annotations that you can use, and there's lots and lots of examples. And then after we get through with all of this, we get into the hands-on. And the first hands-on, we are using the Zen Spa app from last week. So you are going to be making changes to that app. And the changes basically involve adding properties to your classes. Okay, so if you've turned in the app and I haven't corrected it yet, you can go ahead and make these changes. Okay, so not a big deal if I haven't finished correcting. All of these changes build upon what you have. They aren't taking anything away. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and make those changes. And then we talk about validation and how all of that works in MVC. And we'll look at some additional properties like regular expression, file extensions, all of those. And then you're going to be working with some regular expressions. You'll be adding a little seed data, doing some migrations, all of that fun kind of stuff. Hands-on 3, you're going to go back to work on your term project. So you're going to be adding annotations to your term project. Here's a list of the requirements. And so these are general requirements. If your project does not have any numbers in it, you are not going to be able to do a numeric property. Okay, so don't worry about that. Okay. I can't imagine any of you not having a string, but if you don't have any string properties, then you cannot use string length. So that's why I say these are general requirements. So you'll have to kind of, base what you do on what you have in your models, because not everybody has the same thing, obviously. So that is pretty much the assignment. Here's a summary of what you need to turn in. And then after you upload the required apps to GitHub, all I need you to do is submit the web address for those different repositories to the respective Dropboxes. If you run into any problems this week, let me know. And have a great week. If you get a chance, if you could do the extra credit, which is the test of everyday reasoning, that would be awesome. This class assesses critical thinking. In the past, I've had to select a project and kind of do the assessment in secret. And this is way better. It tests general knowledge, and you guys get a copy of the results. So, and how I use this is I look for any areas where my CIT students are weak, and then I adjust assignments accordingly. So I actually use these results. So it is helpful to me, especially if you guys take the test. And I'm going to give you 20 points extra credit. So if you take the test, all you do is go into the Dropbox and submit done, and you get your 20 points. Let me know if you guys have any questions at all, and have an awesome week.